Once upon a time, in the heart of an ancient and enchanted forest, there existed a kingdom unlike any other. This was the kingdom of Alaria, a land where magic was as common as the wind that whispered through the trees, and as ancient as the stars that watched over the world. Here, every creature, from the smallest fairy to the mightiest dragon, possessed some form of magic. It was a place of wonder, where rivers flowed with liquid starlight, and mountains sang songs of old. The kingdom was ruled by a wise and just queen named Seraphina. She was beloved by her people, not only for her fairness, but also for her deep connection to the magical forces that sustained Alaria. Queen Seraphina was no ordinary ruler. She was a sorceress of unparalleled power, descended from a long line of powerful mages. Her magic was so potent that it was said she could command the very elements, summon storms with a wave of her hand, and speak with the spirits of the forest. But despite her great power, Queen Seraphina was kind and humble. She believed that magic was a gift meant to be shared and used for the greater good. Under her rule, Alaria flourished, and peace reigned for many years. However, as with all stories of magic and wonder, darkness eventually found its way into the light. In a distant land beyond the reach of Alaria's borders, there lay a desolate and cursed realm known as the Shadowlands. It was a place where no light could penetrate, and where dark magic festered like a wound. The ruler of this forsaken land was a sorcerer named Malachi, a being as twisted and cruel as the land he ruled. Malachi had once been a mage of great renown, a contemporary of Seraphina's ancestors, but his hunger for power had driven him to madness. He sought to control all magic, to bend it to his will, and to rule over not just the Shadowlands, but all the kingdoms of the world. Malachi's obsession with power led him to create a terrible weapon, a staff forged from the bones of ancient dragons and infused with the darkest magic known to man. This staff, known as the Nightfall Scepter, had the power to drain the magic from any living creature and transfer it to its wielder. With this weapon, Malachi sought to conquer Alaria and claim Queen Seraphina's power for his own. One fateful night, under the cover of an eclipse, Malachi launched his attack. The skies above Alaria darkened as the sun was swallowed by the moon, and a chill wind swept through the kingdom. The rivers of starlight dimmed, and the mountains fell silent. Malachi's army of shadowy creatures, twisted beasts born of dark magic, descended upon the kingdom like a plague. They overran the borders, spreading fear and chaos wherever they went. Queen Seraphina, sensing the impending doom, gathered her most trusted advisors and the bravest warriors of Alaria. Among them was a young mage named Lyra, whose talent for magic was rivaled only by her courage. Lyra had grown up in the forests of Alaria, learning the ways of magic from the spirits of the trees and the whispers of the wind. She was fiercely loyal to her queen and her kingdom, and she vowed to stand by Seraphina's side no matter the cost. The battle that followed was fierce and unforgiving. Alaria's forces fought valiantly, but Malachi's dark magic was overwhelming. The Nightfall Scepter drained the magic from the land, weakening the very foundation of Alaria. Queen Seraphina, knowing that the kingdom could not withstand much more, made a desperate decision. She would face Malachi herself, hoping to end the conflict before it consumed everything she held dear. With Lyra by her side, Seraphina confronted Malachi in the heart of the kingdom, where the rivers of starlight converged. The sky above them was a swirling mass of darkness, and the air crackled with raw magical energy. The two sorcerers faced each other, the forces of light and dark in a deadly standoff. Seraphina, Malachi sneered, his voice dripping with malice. Your reign ends tonight. With your power, I will become unstoppable. Alaria will fall, and the world will bow to me. You underestimate the power of love and light, Malachi, Seraphina replied, her voice calm but firm. Magic is not just about power. It is about harmony, balance, and the bond between all living things. You cannot win. With that, the battle began. Seraphina unleashed her magic, summoning the elements to her aid. Winds howled, lightning crackled, and the very earth trembled. But Malachi countered with the dark power of the Nightfall Scepter, draining the magic from the land and twisting it to his will. The clash of their magic sent shockwaves through the kingdom, shattering the tranquility of Alaria.